to 5th in the opening race was the story of the opening encounter of Grand Final weekend for Will Longmore. He's here alongside me, mate. We'll get back to qualifying in just a moment, but this is the second round now in which you've ended up putting in a good time in the qualifying session, the session that matters to set up the rest of the weekend, and then ended up at the rear chasing your tail. If nothing else, we know that you're about to be a 3-time Series X3 New South Wales champion. We know that you've got proven credential, but your racecraft is getting a real good workout at the moment.
Yeah, it is, especially the last 2 rounds. We've had round before that was a bit unlucky, but this round here was just a bit of criticism. But I don't know, put it behind us, worked our bums off to get from the back up to the front again. Now we're up there, we'll see what we can do.
Well, I said at the start of the race, I said 2 things. One, what works against you is the length of the races. But what probably works for you, as opposed to Wakefield Park, a few more overtaking opportunities around here, and 16 in 2 laps is a handsome start.
Yeah, that's probably the best thing about this joint. Go real long straight, and there's a lot of corners you can throw it up the inside, and it's good, especially coming from the back. A lot of these drivers, they do give you a lot of respect and room, so chip down at them and sort of push their way to the front, and nice clean racing throughout the whole field.
What wasn't ideal is that your main championship opponent, the only bloke who could probably stop you today, was in a different postcode to everybody else. Gone. See you later. More than a second a lap. But what worked in your favour is that you minimise the damage and you still go in to this next race, provided that you're within 40 points of him, you wrap up the title.
Yeah, exactly. It was more to just all we got to do is circulate. Once we start circulating, it's just collecting points, chipping away at that championship. But yeah, if we just finish across that line, it's just happy days.
One thing that I wanted to ask you about, mate, is what this is going to mean to you let's not beat around the bush. Double champion, missed out last year by the narrowest of margins. This will be 3 and 4 years. But there aren't too many people in this caper, given how competitive it is, and given that some people see it as just a springboard to other ventures that stick around long enough to secure 3 championships. So what's that going to mean to you to have a legacy on this sport that'll stand the test of time, given the numbers in which you're about to notch up?
It's always going to be good. Like, it's paying respect to the people that put the hours, the time in to get this car right. Like, it's not a car that sits at home in the carport every week. It's always had work done to it. It's just to repay the people that have done so much behind the scenes to keep going, but also just leave our name in a great club that's done so much for us.
Indeed. And the obvious question, the car's on the market. It's a proven performer. So what is next for Will Longmore?
Well, at the current stage, it's a year off,
Okay.
trying to decide what we do. So we'll have a year off next year, try and figure out if we can put something together and then come back in 24 swinging, hopefully in some category that I don't know of at the current time.
Okay, so I mean, obviously there are a few different pathways, and no doubt you've got an idea of where you want to go and what you want to do?
Yeah, if we can sort of aim towards 86s, something along that lines, it'd be nice, but it's sort of, especially with them with a new car coming out, it's just something to aim for. If we can get something towards that, it'd be interesting.
And obviously, no doubt, even though a year off means that there are so many different things you can do and it frees up a bit of time to do what every other Tom, Dick and Harry's doing at the moment and travelling overseas, no doubt you'll be keeping a close eye on what goes on here and maybe even the new owner of the car?
Yeah, exactly. A few of the boys here, Preston and Caleb, I'll be floating around helping with them. Probably drive with one of them in the Enduros later on in the years, but I'll be definitely floating around helping Caleb get back up to speed, even after his monster crash this morning.
Yes.
With a new car, we'll hopefully get him back up to speed and push along and see if we can get him up front.
We've got to find him and have a chat before too long, and I dare say after the next race we'll be chatting to you as a 3-time champion. What's the plan of attack here, mate? Because obviously qualifying, it wasn't quite there for you. It's the first time this season that it hasn't been you or Timmy Colin-Breeder at the top of the timesheets. William, the 3rd different pole sitter of the season. Is it a matter of you chasing something with the car, or is it the Brabham configuration? Because even then, when you were charging back through the field, you were only in the 24s and Will's in the 23s. Is there something you're chasing?
Well, quali didn't really go too far. We had 2 flying laps before we had an electrical problem under the bonnet, which cut us short. And then literally the front end was pulled apart 5 minutes before racing. So literally it was stuck together. The thing wasn't steering straight. So now the guys are just tuning it up, and hopefully we'll definitely chop lap times down, especially the cars set up right now and in the window. And
it's not a particularly easy thing. We're trying to paint the picture for the audience at home just how difficult it is chasing any issues with these tight turnarounds.
Yeah, exactly. It was like in quali, we had an electrical problem, didn't know what it was. We're chasing fuses. Next minute we found a short. And then especially with this front end now, I was just trying to get it all lined up. Happy days for me to be happy and then for it to handle like it should do.
So things aren't perfect, but they're absolute... what's the word I'm looking for here? Polar opposite, completely different to what they were, and so much better, so much happier than what they were here about an hour and a half ago. And we're good. It's good to see the team's in good spirit. You're in good spirit. Good luck out there securing title number 3.
Thank you very much. We'll see what we can do in this next one.